Reminder, the show is about conspiracies and conspiracy-related topics of our choosing. If you don't like it, then
viewer discretion is advised.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Camspiracies, where we seek the truth and get into everything mysterious that you guys love. As always, I got with me Gage and Dan.
Oh, yeah.
And we got tonight for you guys a special guest.
Hey, what's
We
up?
got with us JD tonight.
What's going on?
Yeah, let's get into cheers, boys.
Mhm.
We can fit it across the
I'm
table.
holding my cup this
We've
time.
done it before.
Right?
So I don't know what JD's bringing to the table quite yet, but him and I have discussed a few things, and I want to pick his brain some more on this brainwashing.
So, yeah, we were talking basically like in the 80s and like 90s. It used to be like sex. Sex
Oh,
was
right,
always
yeah.
like the subject
It
and like and the shit on
Sex
TV,
sells.
you know, your HBO.
Yeah, what, Marilyn
freaking-
Manson and shit, or whatever that lady's
Yeah,
name
yeah.
was. And
But basically all of that, they like were basically shooting out at people.
Monroe, yeah.
Literally.
And nowadays, it's violence. And violence
Sex
is
and
just
violence.
everywhere you fucking go.
Mhm.
And the news, we were talking about, like, the news is basically, it's
Yeah.
always bad news.
Yeah,
it's
that was
never
a
any
big-
good fucking
Right?
news. Like,
Mhm.
like, hey, fucking taxes down. None of that shit. It's always like, fucking
Yeah.
murder this, kill that, fucking.
There's a homicide over here.
So they're basically shooting that, like, shit down your throat.
Mhm.
And subconsciously, what that does is it basically makes people, like, scared.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
Okay.
they're selling fear pretty
Exactly.
much. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
like when
that's
was
a
the last time
brain-
anybody has heard good news?
Yeah.
Right?
and-
Yeah.
It's not that.
Like, but the good news is still news,
Right?
is it not?
Exactly.
They're like,
but it's
no,
always
nobody
like
wants to do that.
like there's like all these problems that just scare all these fucking people to
Mhm.
where they don't want to go out.
Nightmares.
And it's
Well,
like
that's a reason to live, I guess.
Also, just like the way kids and stuff, they don't like really move out of the home.
Uh-huh,
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And basically, like nowadays, it's all just violence, and they're just like brainwashing you with fear.
Right, yeah.
And when you do
Absolutely.
that, it takes away your confidence. It takes away all that shit.
It does.
Dude, like back in the day, I was able to like just go out in this, in public and just be able to make friends, just,
Mm-hmm.
and, meet people. And nowadays everyone is so like into their own cliques and then like just reserved and scared.
Right,
Basically,
yeah.
just scared from everything. It's like you fucking go up to talk to somebody like, oh, what the fuck, this asshole want money? Like, what? Like they're always the negative first. Like,
Yeah.
we just are like so like just distance, and it's like shit's distancing us.
Social media
and
brings
it's
us
fucked.
further.
It's called the social dilemma, is what it is.
You don't think about it very much anymore of like, bro, what happened to like back in the day to when, I rode
Glory
my bike
days.
over to your house.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you remember when there was no cell phone? You had to check in.
Yeah.
Remember, check in for dinner.
Oh
and
shit!
call.
The streetlights
Yep.
are on. I'm
yeah.
Leaving a bike in somebody's yard
Dude.
was a statement.
Oh, fuck.
I'm
yeah.
hanging out with this homie.
Like,
Now,
I remember
stealing his
driving by
bike.
Somebody.
oh, I seen your bike in his
Oh,
yard.
Exactly.
bro, like,
Now,
oh, shit, yeah. Okay, they're hanging
Didn't even
out.
use a kickstand.
And
Dude.
then it's like,
and now guess what?
Like,
Now
on
guess
a
what?
house phone.
Guess what? How fucked up it is that was we were able to go out at night,
Yeah.
and hang out and
Yeah.
be out at night, and
Yeah.
now you are so worried.
Mm-hmm.
Because someone might kidnap you, someone might
Yeah.
kidnap your kid, blah blah.
Oh.
Like and they're
Your
jam
kid's gonna
packing,
say
and that goes
something
all
that-
around
yeah.
to this whole point, Dan, of
Fear.
fear being just injected into you,
Yeah.
and fear that your kids are not safe because
Yeah.
there's fucking freaks out.
Yeah.
There's not always freaks out.
Not just
and you know what I
people
mean?
are people and they're trying to live their fucking lives
Yeah.
and live it to
Fucking living
what we
here.
can.
And then guess what? And then it comes down to is it actually people being brainwashed now to do these things to keep the fear alive because hey, there's some real life fucking like
There's some shit going on.
What do you guys personally think was the purpose of COVID?
Dude, right?
Population control.
They were
Okay,
seeing
boom,
what they
I like it, yeah.
what kind of how much they could really get away with, how much they could control the
basically
population.
control the
And it was
gigantic
it was an
population.
experiment, in my
Exactly.
opinion, to
Exactly,
see
because-
what people would do.
I really liked about it too because there was like the vacciners and the no vacciners. And then it was like straight up like,
That started
these
the
people are
divide.
ruining
Yeah, that
our
was
fucking
divide.
world because they're not getting vaccinated.
right there,
And then they're like, well,
right-
people are still dying from the fucking
Yeah.
vaccination.
It was population control. Now it was also, now these are just my thoughts and my opinions, but fuck them.
Oh, yeah.
Now also it was basically exactly what you said, sheep. It was how can I fucking make one whole gigantic populace do exactly what I want them to do?
Feed them full of fear.
There's that. Bam, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, then if you think about it, when it first came out, when it first got crazy,
Yeah.
it was basically they were saying
You're going to die.
no, well they were saying remember children were dying.
Yeah.
Okay. Now think about that. Like if you go back and you listen, there wasn't and you do some research, there wasn't like a lot of kids that died. Like it was like
Old people.
nothing. It was all targeted for old people. So if they basically tell most of the population which have kids, they tell them that their fucking kids are in danger and they're going to die. Like they're dying from this disease. What the fuck do you think they're going to do? Those fucking parents are going to do whatever they can. Like, and they're going to do whatever the fuck is told to them to do to fucking save their children. You have to remember how now, not only did we have COVID we were dealing with and a bunch of assholes stealing my toilet paper. Okay,
Yeah, that was
now,
awesome.
I couldn't wipe. Okay. Now that was another thing. Toilet paper. How can I get this whole fucking populace to buy something that they don't fucking need? Okay. Toilet fucking paper. Who knows if they had something like the fucking distributors were like, hey, we got fucking too much goddamn
What
toilet
was
paper.
the deal with
We
the
got to
toilet
get rid of
paper?
it.
Fucking
Okay, so
man.
they've like fucking assholes, get rid of this shit and I'll give you a good percentage. Hey, we can get these
But why
assholes
not milk and
to
eggs?
fucking do.
It's
well,
all the
because they
products
needed-
that were like they really didn't. They said that they're going to be out of production because of COVID.
Yeah.
So nothing was going to be shipped in or shipped out. Nothing imported or exported.
So toilet paper was on the outs.
yeah.
Well, yeah, dude, and remember toilet paper, fucking
Beer.
sanitary products,
yeah.
all
All
the
freight
fucking Purell, all that
and
shit.
shit done. Anything that was imported, really.
Yeah, and not only do we have COVID, but do you fucking remember those fires?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you look up in the sky, and it was like that sepia tone,
Yeah.
that fucking straight app tone that you just could fucking click,
Dude, it was
and your
bad,
whole
yeah.
shit changed. It was that fogginess, and then there's like nobody on the streets, and
Yeah.
I was just like, dude, this is fucking
Apocalypse
awesome.
looking.
Like, and I was just like, this was fucked,
Yeah.
and I loved it because if you think about it, in our shitty ass generation, we get to fucking see. And we got to experience one of the biggest fucking history
Right, yeah.
events that happened.
What's up, everyone? If you've made it this far in the video, please like, subscribe, and be sure to comment to let us know some of your favorite conspiracy topics and let us hear your thoughts on the show. Thank you for your support. Now let's get back to the episode.
So Cam, the 20 and back. Tell me what you think, or have you heard about this?
20 and back. I've never heard of 20 and back.
Okay. No, here's a story.
What story?
And this guy, basically, when he was a kid, wasn't getting along with one of these other kids that he said that his dad was in the Illuminati.
Okay.
Now, this guy, straight up Illuminati, was the kid in his class that he didn't like. Now, this guy was in 4th grade, so he's like 10 years old.
Yeah.
So his story was he basically wasn't getting along with this one kid because the people were sitting there at the library and they're all at this certain like advanced like class that happened like after, and they all met up and they're all in this library, and the girls are like all laughing along with the kid that has the dad who's the Illuminati.
Yes.
Now, he was sitting there, and the girls were like, and the one kid that got in this whole 20 back kidnapped.
What?
Spoiler alert. Tony, he straight up fucking gets cornered by all these girls, and they're like, "Hey, let him read your mind," and that's the Illuminati kid. Okay, his name's now going to be Illuminati kid.
Okay.
So he goes.
Illuminati kid.
So he basically, the kid's like, "Oh no," and he's like, "What if?" And then finally, the girls convince him to basically read the Illuminati kid reads the other kid's mind. So finally, when they stop and they do it, the kid that gets kidnapped, we'll call him Kidnap Kid. He fucking is thinking, "You're the ugliest motherfucker. Like no,
would wanna
like
kidnap
these
you?"
girls are never gonna date you. Like none of these girls are gonna like you." And Illuminati kid reads this, and basically fucking like gives him like a dirty ass look, and like basically he could read his fucking mind and read all those thoughts.
Wow.
So now this all ties in. So basically, a science fair comes up, and the Illuminati kid's there with his dad, and his dad is like one of the announcers, of the fucking science fair.
He's a judge.
Yeah, he's a judge.
Not even fucking
and
fair.
Not a political
That kid
so
wins.
they're walking by the Illuminati kid's walking by the kidnapped kid, and he basically goes, "Hey, Dad, that's the kid I was telling you about, the one that ruined my self-confidence." And then they started kind of talking to each other, and the Illuminati kid was like, "Oh, I don't think he deserves that." And the dad says something like, "Oh, you gotta learn," and like some bullshit.
Yeah.
That next day, within either that night or the next day after that,
Kidnap kid.
this guy was straight up fucking was in his face at night when he was sleeping a gray, an alien. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we know all about
Now
those.
it basically is
sure.
talking to him telepathically,
Yeah.
which they can do, and also on a different subject, I believe Bigfoot can do as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, so
Well, yeah.
talking to him telepathically, and straight up is basically asking him or telling him that you're going to be in this program that is 20 years. Subconsciously, you do 20 years of like serving time,
Mm-hmm.
and you and he's like,
Time police, motherfuckers.
and basically like, "Hey, I'm doing you a favor. Like
Yeah.
you get 20 years added onto your lifespan." And he's
Yeah.
like, well, I can't do that because then I grow up without my parents and shit. And they're like, no. When you wake up, it's going to straight up be like an hour.
Yeah.
And you're going to
just
basically
skip it
have
all.
lived 20 years.
Yeah.
But then when we
Oh my
do
God,
our
Billy, what
procedure and
happened?
wake
You're
you
so
up,
old now.
you're going to straight up just be just an hour has
Left
passed.
off,
In
yeah.
reality, an hour has passed. Okay, so
that's
he basically is talking like this whole situation is basically time travel, because how the
Yeah.
fuck can you get me back in an hour has passed?
Yeah.
Because some time has to pass if you can fuck with
like that
manipulate
fucking
that.
yeah.
shit.
If
Shed
I've
video.
lived 20 years longer, then
Exactly.
like
And then-
what the fuck?
so-
Now I'm this age again.
So he speaks of these grays talking to him about this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically they tell him, "Hey, no, you're gonna be an hour is gonna be passing. You're gonna fucking grow up with your stupid
Yeah,
family."
you-
blah blah
yeah.
blah. So
It's
he's like,
all a
"Okay."
figure of
So he says.
imagination.
So he agrees, and he goes, "Okay." Next thing he knows, comes back, and basically like latex shit goes over his eyes, over his mouth, and then they poke out the holes for your eyes and your mouth so you can breathe.
Get masked.
And then they basically sedated him, and then whatever happened after that, he doesn't remember. and
No
no one
shit,
knows.
huh?
He wakes up in like an Air Force base or some sort of military base in California. Okay. And then they start the brainwashing procedure on him. Now, dislocated his shoulders. Fucking make sure he had pain. Now, here's the kicker. Showed him videos and images of Disney things, and some other things, images, and would have like some sort of thing that broke his or took his arm out of a socket, and then he had to watch these things, brainwashing shit.
Because he was in pain. He was retaining. Of his fucking knowledge.
Exactly. And basically, he was enslaved. Now, that Illuminati fucking dad fucking pulled his strings, and basically got this kid fucking zapped into this 20-year fucking life sentence.
Yeah.
Now he knows it's fucked because you're a slave. Okay, there's a difference between being in the 20 and back and being this like a slave, or actually like volunteering, whether it be like in a prison or something, someone with a life sentence, like fuck it, they have nothing to lose. So like, okay,
dude.
fuck, I'll do that. But no matter what, you're still a slave but you have a better job. Like he started out slave. His first year, first couple years, he was in Peru, and he was basically he was like a psychic, like
Dude.
like basically it's
Yeah.
like a psychic, their own personal like psychic. That
Sidekick?
basically they were smuggling drugs to Colombia. And he was basically telling them like different routes. He was actually like piloting. He was talking in fucking Spanish, which he doesn't speak.
Yeah.
And he was basically being a psychic for them. So he does that for a couple years in Peru. Flings him over to a fucking satanic bunch of fucking pedophile weirdos in fucking guess where? Seattle, Washington.
Oh yeah.
Now he's basically like a foster kid / like they do sexual acts and some like fucked up shit to him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically a fucking child.
This guy's been fucking
satanic
this
worshiping
kid's been-
motherfucker.
Yeah.
So
To the rings mentally.
they make him eat another kid that was part of their crew that they killed. They make him eat and drink his blood. And basically,
Like, who's to say this shit didn't actually fucking
no,
happen?
but that's what I'm saying is let's all pretend and let's
Yeah.
all believe, because I believe it,
Right?
that this story is true.
Yeah.
Now this. So then he explains. He's at this fucking cult, fucking psychotic fuckers in Washington, right in our backyard.
What's that fucking the owl? The fucking
Bohemian.
It's a camp
Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove.
What is that?
Dude.
Well,
You
the
gotta tell me.
celebrities go.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But you never heard of Bohemian?
No, you got to tell me.
Dude, there's so many uppers that they're all it's this
It's like an Illuminati fucking club.
Yeah, Illuminati. And there's fucking a big old like owl statue. They do like satanic fucking rituals. It was one person that was actually has a podcast or something too. I wish I knew his name. I'm terrible with names.
He had like a video of him infiltrating.
Oh,
it.
dude, yeah. And there's been several people that have stumbled across it and like, what the fuck is this? That's an owl.
Well, but here's
Like, why the fuck?
Here's
That's
what. Okay,
weird.
so
And
here's what's
that's
gonna
a
happen.
Sign of Illuminati.
I'm about to blow your guys' mind, because this is this guy's theory. Now remember, this is this guy's theory, but if we all can think about it, all this shit ties in. They do this ritual to these kids, and basically put wax in their face, throw their fucking faces so close to the flames that you can smell your face, like your shit burning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then they summoned up and it was all these fuckers in cloaks. They summoned up
Bohemian.
this fucking like this being that they couldn't see, but the kids could see. They fed them a flower, like a
Bohemian Grove
psychedelic flower. Like could be fucking some ayahuasca shit. Who
Blow
knows?
it in their face.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what that does is now you got to remember you have to realize
realm.
why are they using children?
Yeah.
Okay, why are they children? Now let me tell you this: it's because an innocent and young mind that isn't developed and can't fight that shit off is so easy to
Manipulate
and demons and things like
Yeah,
that. Now he was saying that all the ritualistic stuff, all that kind of cult shit, all that fucking stuff is a technology. Now, if you think about it, if you break it down and think about it that way, it's crazy because
blood offerings,
because
all these things.
What it is he also speaks about when there's a whole galaxy and a whole fucking galactic life outside of Earth.
Yeah.
It's some real Star Wars shit.
Yeah.
To where there's a whole another like set and like Men in Black shit to where me and you are talking, but this motherfucker Gage, that he's a straight up alien and he's hanging out and he's chilling with us. Like that's the kind of life that is he is speaking about that is I believe is real. Now he fucking goes because he started rejecting the drugs from the fucking the cult people.
I would never.
Started rejecting the drugs and gets sent to the moon. Now the dark side of the moon, which no one can ever see, has a fucking base on it.
Oh,
okay?
Yeah.
Now, when he was kidnapped, this was back when he was 10 years old. This was in the 80s. This was 82. He gets kidnapped to do the 20 and back. Okay. He was saying that basically abducted and kidnapped. And enslaved. And he basically was saying that there's the base on the moon. There's all sorts of alien species that fucking trade. They do all the thing. Now, he said the first thing that they will trade people. The first thing is your firstborn son. The 20 and back knowledge. When us as the Americans and the military are going out and seeking our fucking shit, all they want is knowledge because knowledge is fucking power.
Exactly.
And when they have the knowledge to enslave people without them knowing and basically putting them back in their bodies and they're supposed to forget, they forget all the fucked up shit they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you hear about where did you hear it from?
So I heard this on
a podcast?
this podcast, The Confessionals. Now I got
Shout out
him.
Confessionals.
Yeah, no, you guys. I want you guys to fucking listen to.
Oh yeah, that's why I want to. That's why I was like.
So it's called The Confessionals. Now this guy is pretty cool. His name's like Tony Merkel. He talks about he's on the dark side of the moon. Now this experiment, they do some more brainwashing shit and fucked up shit, but it's more like mild.
Okay.
Then he goes into basically they're training him to basically like die for your fellow brother, like the person that
right.
So he was
They're
basically
like war.
bait. He was basically bait. Now they do this test in an arena, straight up like gladiator style.
Mm-hmm.
And they do this test, and he said that this fucking gigantic. They open this door, and this gigantic like spider came out, like basically like fucking 12-foot tall.
Dude.
Basically comes out. I don't know, but
Dude,
comes
I don't
out.
mind spiders, man.
And all these guys are like kind of crowded. Like all these like kids in this experiment are crowded around, and so is he.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing comes out, and it's fucking trying to kill him.
Dude,
And
that's intense, dude.
They know that.
Hear, like,
it's trying to kill them.
of
Dude,
this
you
little
remember
kid that's like, okay, I've lived
Arachnoid,
20
right?
It's
fucking
arachnophobia.
years.
Arachnophobia, the movie. Yeah, dude.
Really
So-
fucking quick.
So before
And
they
then,
went
like,
out, they told
Yeah.
him.
Dude, that
Before
was
they
some
went
real
out, they
shit.
told him about these grenades that they had.
Eight-legged freaks.
Yeah.
And you pull the
Fuck
pin.
that movie, dude.
They said you pull the fucking pin, and you got like 10 seconds, and the fucking thing goes off. You're
Yeah.
dead. Like
It's a
it's
short
gonna
fuse.
explode.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all crowded
He
around.
just
This
holds
fucking
them
spider's starting to come
Yeah.
at him. you know, he was telling his perspective of like he was scared shitless, and so was everyone else. Then there was, of course, you know, you do all this mind control on these kids. There's gonna be that kid that always stands out. That's fucking the pimp, and he fucking has to go out and sacrifice. You know, because there's always one of them in a crowd. You know what I mean? And this fucker runs. He runs out, and he like fucking he like does the grenade. Bam, blows himself in half and blows like the fucking head off of the gigantic spider.
He's like, I'm getting eaten.
Okay, now he gets blown in half. Now they start to they gather him back in. Everyone's like cheering and all this shit. They gather him back in.
Put them back together.
And they do different fucking kind of like de-evaluation like tests on it.
Well, he's not good. One of half
And-
of him is over
yeah,
there, and the
yeah,
other
yeah.
half's over there.
It's the
And
Matrix. You die,
they're-
you
and
die.
they basically are telling him that, oh no, that guy, that fucking kid, he's fine.
He'll be fine.
And he's like, well, what the fuck do you mean? What do you mean he's fine? And so basically, now you got to remember this is back in like let's say the early 90s. They had the technology to basically bring someone back, and they said as long as you have one brain cell left of whatever got obliterated, if you have one brain cell left that has electricity in it, we can bring you back to life, like with all your limbs.
and now
all
he's a
your everything.
robot.
So fucking cut in half, boy. He's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, he's
Okay. So this jumps
a Roomba
into
now, though.
this jumps into after that was like a test. That whole arena like system gladiator thing was like a test. Then they send his ass to Mars.
okay. So he's the rover then on Mars.
Now listen to this. He's talking about they did jumps from Mars and back. They did and basically like it was like 8 hours past. Like it was like a full work like day.
This guy had a really vivid
So-
dream or something.
So he went deep into fucking. So that basically also tells you the shit that I'm telling you is time travel is obviously fucking there, and shit
Yeah.
because they're basically going forward in time.
don't ever fuck with time.
So he goes to they go to Mars, and he talks about there's around that time there was over 200,000 people living on Mars. Okay. Now he was also saying that they're like they're descendants of people on Earth. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
could have a fucking
Right.
you could have a
Okay.
long lost sister,
Nah,
fucking
yeah, that's where it
sister,
starts getting
brother-in-law
fucked up for sure.
living on Mars. Now thinking they're the only existence, just like we think we're the only
No,
existence.
we don't.
Okay. So they're gonna live. They're gonna be born and die on Mars,
Without
and you'll never
knowing
know
it.
them.
Yeah.
And now
they
think
have
about how crazy that
same
is.
Thing. They have the same thing about you.
Exactly. And like, are they thinking? But this
So
is all.
telepathically.
And I believe in all this shit. Like because like what do you get? What do you get out of making this story up? And it's so intricate and it's so the same. And then you start hearing different people come out of the closet, and basically they've never talked before in their lives. And they're talking about a specific base. Let's say the moon base might have a name and different things like that.
Location.
Exactly. And like someone, like say I've never met you before, Cam, and you've experienced something that I say I experienced, but you still don't believe me. But then I fucking start spooting out fucking bases that no one would ever fucking pull out of their ass.
Unless
and then
I
we're
was-
starting
yeah.
to now then all those people are starting to come together. You know what I mean? Like people start getting the confidence, and then it comes down to like you're suppressing your PTSD from because when they bring you back, they basically erase your whole memory of the 20 and back.
Oh.
So
Okay.
but at the same time, obviously the brain is just a fucking crazy thing to where you can remember certain things with certain events.
Dude.
Like certain smells. Like have you ever gone into a place and there's a certain smell and it almost like brings you back, like
Oh yeah.
flings you fucking back right
In
into like
time.
that exact time where you could you could smell the smell.
Yeah.
You know what I
There's
mean?
nothing like smelling the same smell. I'm gonna hit a fucking little cheers here.
Dude,
I'm
we've had a
meeting in the
great
middle.
episode, you guys.
Yeah.
And you know what? We're here. We're seeking the
Passing it.
truth. We love you guys. We're here for you guys most
Oh
of
yeah.
all. And we love that you guys keep coming back.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm
Hey.
surprised.
you people out there too, go and hit up your own buddies. Start asking questions.
Send them
Start
our
your
way.
own podcast.
Yeah.
Send them to Camspiracies.
No,
Start
we
your own
don't need
podcast.
competition.
Or
Just kidding.
if
Do what
you
you
can't
want.
start your own podcast, send them our way.
We ain't
Yeah.
got no.
We'll interview them.
We ain't got no competition.
We'll
Yeah,
interview
no
you
shit.
first.
This is where friends turn into family.
No, this
Exactly.
is us. But what I'm saying is, like, that's what I love about all of us is, boom, we're the team. We're the new fucking group. The new podcast coming in, JD.
see how he likes it so much. Like you
Well,
guys
yeah,
just
that's what I'm
need to
saying. That's
start
why I love you
fucking
guys.
listening and
You guys are the best.
know?
I've been fucking, like, I love it.
hell yeah.
On that note,
Yeah.
Thanks for fucking
Yeah,
watching.
Mm-hmm.
Like, subscribe, comment
JD.
down below.
JD's a good guy. We're gonna.
JD, you got any platform that they can look you up on?
Just
Instagram.
halfwits.
Halfwits.
HALFWITZ, and then the letter 2.
On YouTube? On YouTube?
The number.
On YouTube?
Yes, YouTube, buddy.
YouTube.
Yeah.
All right.
That was
Cheers,
a great
everybody.
episode,
Have a great night.
motherfuckers.
Hell yeah.
Oh, God, we love it. This is my spot now, guys.